Well, let's talk about some everyday stuff now, especially if you're a couple. Two former radio personalities are all set to go on a comedy tour around the country. Husband and wife duo Vikash and Mathura currently in rehearsals for production in Therapy. The first show is set to happen on the 9th of August. Happens to be Women's Day. I don't know if it's a coincidence. Vikash's many avatars during his radio career have become quite popular among Lotus FM listeners, and the two are taking the characters to the people. Now, they include Uncle Bala, Harry Mama, Dolly Mosi, and Professor Pyarilal. Well, the Mathuras are with me in studio this morning to talk about their latest work, Morning.
Good
And I know you too, and I know that this is going to be some really revealing stuff that's going to come out on stage. JJ, let's start with you, because you're the boss, I know that, right? Absolutely. You're the boss. What is In Therapy all about?
You know, Uveka, we are raised to always be submissive to our in-laws, to our husbands, to pander to their egos. And after a while, it gets boring, and you decide, no, enough is enough. And that's where I am. Enough is enough.
So you wrote this, I'm assuming. It's all your words on the script.
Well,
did she tell you what to say all the time?
You know, I wrote the script.
Okay, you wrote the script.
I wrote the
based on the things I say to him.
I wrote the script, and then I had to give it to her to edit, and then I got back a new version of the script. But yeah, she's the boss. You know, and I think that's a secret in any good marriage. You need to know who the boss is.
Yeah.
And our marriage survived. We've survived 27 years now because I've mastered the art of saying 2 words. Yes, dear.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do.
And looking like you're listening.
And look like I'm listening.
And look like
absolutely. And just remember the last word that she says, that you repeat it. That's part of the trick.
So how honest are you in this production? What are we going to see when we watch you on stage?
Well, the greatest frustration that I have is the fact that my husband has some really weird friends.
As they all do.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm so glad I'm with you on this. Or you with me on this. And the fact that they think they can pitch up any time and make a nuisance of themselves.
In your house.
In my house, in my space, especially when I've decided I'm going to have a nice quiet day to myself. And obviously you can't be rude to them. So I'm a very, very nice person. I am. So I'm very pleasant and polite to them. Well, I try to be. But somebody's going to be held accountable for me having a miserable day.
I wonder who that might be.
Especially when friends rock up at home unannounced and they talk about things that they should not be.
Unannounced to her, you would have known this was happening.
Well, I'm supposed to have known about it.
Right.
And then, of course, the husband normally gets home in the afternoon and he has to bear the brunt of the anger that's been building up during the day. And it's about issues that were discussed, you know, that husbands and wives normally talk about. Families, in-laws, finances,
in-laws,
careers, children.
Yeah,
Did I say in-laws?
Yeah.
So all of those things, and those are issues that I think every couple grapple with during their relationship at some point. And those are the kind of topics that the show
Now,
covers.
you two are big in the Indian community, right? Anybody who's listened to radio, followed your TV career as well, JJ, will know just, you know, and we can relate. But what you're bringing to stage, is this something that anybody, anywhere, in any community, in a marriage, will be able to relate to?
No, absolutely, because we talk about everyday things. It doesn't matter which culture you come from. The fact is, you are taught to respect your in-laws. You are taught to respect the visitors at home. However, as I said, somebody has to be held accountable for it. He has no issues. He's got wonderful in-laws.
Wonderful in-laws.
I, on the other hand, have issues to deal with.
Yeah. I was just going to say they will be watching just before you say anything.
Oh yeah, no, it's okay. We make amends by sending a gift. Works every time. But you know, but the thing is, if I'm upset with a friend of his or an in-law, I won't come out. There won't be any outbursts to them. Yeah. You know what I mean? I will be diplomatic. I'll bite my tongue. Very difficult to do, but I try. That's why the acting career is very good, and the degree helps. But at the end of the day, you turn around and you say to him, but she said this, or they did this. And you expect him to do something about it. Not turn around and say, well, why didn't you handle it? I mean, like, really?
Why didn't you handle it?
I've already come with this tag of, you know, I'm...
And this has been 27 years, right? So
27 years.
You've lasted 27 years, which is great. And I mean, this is a friendship. We know that at the basis of everything. What's your marriage advice? I want to know from each of you.
Number 1, marry your mentor from work, because that's what I did.
Yeah.
Number 2, learn tolerance.
Yeah.
You know, because the honeymoon phase ends after courting and after marriage, and then you're faced with the reality of what couples usually are faced with. Tolerance, understanding, commitment. Marriage evolves from love into friendship, into caring.
Yeah.
And I think we're at the stage in our relationship where we're about the caring phase.
Okay. And the shouting and the screaming.
The shouting, no, that's the shouting, and the screaming
doesn't care about that.
one-sided. One has to be the screamer, the other has to be a listener. I'm the listener. As you can see, I'm very passive.
Yeah. And
I'm in control.
And the screamer, your advice?
The screamer?
He said you're the screamer.
You believe
Take
it?
that any which way you want to. She's the screamer. I do believe it. Yes.
Oh, that's another thing I want to talk
I
about.
know you for over 20 years now, right?
I was just going to say, we started off as friends and now you've just usurped that position. Okay, it's about sacrifices. We both were in the radio and television industry. He started climbing the corporate ladder. One of us had to decide, okay, I'm going to take the back seat. And that's what happens. And it's not a sacrifice in a bad way. It's like, you know what, I got your back, go do this because it's for us. And I think if you're prepared to sacrifice on anything, relationships, on situations, circumstances, family, then I think you have a winning formula.
Okay, fantastic. Very quickly, in therapy, where will we find the details of where we can watch you?
So the entire tour is on Computicket. The schedule is there. We open on Women's Day in Lenasia. We've then got shows around Gauteng. Then we move to KwaZulu-Natal. This starts next month on the 9th of August. We're off to the Eastern Cape. So right now there's 12 shows confirmed. Another 8 shows that are being discussed and negotiated with venues.
Fantastic.
It'll be a great
Good
comedy
luck. Good luck to you, because I know she's going to be fabulous. It's not Women's Day, it's going to be JJ's Day. That's what's going to happen. Thank you very much, JJ. We're friends again, right? JJ, VIKASH Mathura, about their show In Therapy starts on the 9th of August. All right, well, the weekend is here. Let's find out what the weather's doing morning in it.